Hello, my name is Ethan, or my YouTube is Revamp, and I am doing a portfolio update. I used to play a lot of Fortnite and a lot of video games, and now I am an investor. And I have 24,000 in the stock market, but my all-time since February, you can see it doesn't change until February 25th. So I turned 18 the 24th, so the 25th, made some trades. But I put in $3,622.58, and now I'm at 24,000. So in my first 7 months of trading, I'm up 563.11%. That's insane. And I'm no genius. I've gotten lucky a few times. I will say, I went. This is not what I started out with. I did not put all this in right away. I had less than $2,000 in here. I tried day trading actually. I lost most of my money here. It says I was down 24%. I was really down like 70%. Um, but then I was building my base back up. I got back up to only down 14%, is what this says. We actually lost $800, and I was left over with 400. So I had $1,200, went down to 400. Built it back up to $900. I've actually heard about a company called Sayata Mobile. That's what this is over here. It has had such a weird history, but if you look at the chart, it's a little deceiving. Now it says the IPO price is $891,000. Um, but the current value of it is $2.39, down 100% is what it says. But I actually bought this. I'll take the year to date. It was coming down. I bought it. I think it was an average cost of $2. I started buying low dollar range, probably $1.10. I was in school actually, and I saw it going up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy more. And I just kept buying more, and my average cost was $2, and it went all the way up to $8.19. It went to $10, but it was there so little. It was there for such a short amount of time. It didn't record it as $10 that day. But I think I sold it at about $6 or $7, and no, I'm not doing that. But I sold about $6 or $7, and my portfolio went to, that was this spike right here. It went to about $8,000. It's a little deceiving because when you deposit more money, it adds it to the value over here. But I was really left with about $8,000 here. And it fell off to about $4,000 because I didn't know how to manage money like that. I turned probably 2K is what I saved up for about right here to 8K. So I didn't really know what to do with the money, so it went back down a lot. I actually bought some of this stock, Bitcoin Depot. I believe they have Bitcoin ATMs. So Bitcoin Depot engages in converting cash into cryptocurrency. It offers payment, spending, and investing space through its kiosks and BD checkout product. I've done no research on this. I just looked at the history of it, which it's gone down quite a bit now. I bought it. I don't know exactly when I bought it, but I bought it probably $2 to $3 worth, and I sold it at about $5 or $6. Now it's gone down a lot more, but I mean, its history is a little weird. Um, I don't understand why it's like this, but I mean, it has done pretty good in the past year, even though it's fallen off from its year high. But I made some money on this, not a lot. I can't give you exact amounts just because I bought and sold it so much. And then I did do PLTU, which is Direxion Shares uh, leverage product. So if I pull up Palantir and I take their stock price, they don't match at all. In fact, Palantir is 152. This is $72. In the past year, Palantir has gone up 397%. In the past year, this thing has gone up 197%. Oh, well, it's brand new. Let's look at the past 3 months. 38% versus 23%. Now, that's not exactly what it's supposed to be at, because it's supposed to be 2x. But you can see Palantir being up 23%, this being up 38%, that's about a 2 times increase, or a 2 times X difference. So in the same amount of time, buying this that's based off Palantir goes up twice as much. I really like leverage. I like earning money fast. I don't want to get only 10% in a year. I want to get so much more than that. My original goal was just to beat the stock market. I have by a landslide, and my portfolio is only going to increase. I'll talk about how much it'll go to in a sec. But Bitcoin Depot and Palantir and Vista Corp is something I did buy for a bit. Those companies all led to me slowly learning how to invest more, because I didn't know how to correctly. I know how to buy and sell, obviously. It's clicking buttons, but buying the right stuff is what gets hard. And then I assume people want to see this spike right here, 22K. And then they'll want to see this, 24K. But about right here, July, I heard about a company called Open Door. Open Door Technologies. That's what this option is on right now. And if I go to Open Door Technologies, their stock price is really rocky. But I love talking about this company specifically. They're $6.66 right now, up 11% on the day. Past week, 40%, 43%. Past month, 209%. 3 months, 910%. Year to date, 300%, 309%. Past year, 220%. Past 5 years, it's gone down 44%, and total 38%. So it's getting a comeback, right? The low was at 53 cents a share. I screwed this up pretty badly. My portfolio, I bought 6,550 shares at let me get my calculator, at the average cost of $1.10. So 6,550 times $1.10 average cost. I purchased $7,200 worth of this. So I went all in. And if I kept it and changed nothing about it, 6,550 times 6.66, I'd have $43,600. And the reason I don't is because it dipped a lot. I bought about right here, between June and July, and it got up to $4.93, I think is what it went to. And then it tanked. It went from, it's not exactly recorded here. Maybe it is here. I don't know. It's not exactly recorded, but it went to like $4.90 some cents. And it went down to $1.78. When it was at $4.90 some cents, I had $32,000. And then it was dropping so much, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I need to save myself because maybe this won't last as long as I thought it would. It did. It went up more. and I hate myself for this, but I sold most of my shares and I bought Krispy Kreme, which Wall Street Bets was pushing Krispy Kreme because the ticker is DNUT. So, and then they were also pumping Kohl's up and they were pumping GoPro up, which GoPro I've been looking at for a long time. I've never bought it, but I've always had it over here and I've seen it at less than $1 for a long time. I never bought it because it was like I don't know anything about GoPro stock. Like it went down to less than 50 cents. So I could have made a 3x, almost 4x, which I'm not mad that I didn't buy it because I've never done research on it. It's had a horrible history. IPO was maybe $28, maybe it's not. Went up to 93, but now it's down to $1.47. That's not great. Anyways, I tried saving myself with Krispy Kreme, not GoPro. Krispy Kreme, I think it was Rocket something. And what else did I say? I said Kohl's. I bought options on those. I bought shares in those. Sorry. My mother texted me. And trying to save myself with those, I lost a lot more money than I should have. Like you can see that after this spike, it returned back to sub 5,000 actually. But it was horrible. It was at 32K. On my Twitter, I actually have posts about this because I was posting about it for a while. Here's my Twitter. I'll show you real fast. So I posted a screenshot. I bought Rocket DNUT QTTB. That actually was not part of this. This was before. I just bought 2 shares because it was cheap and I wanted to see movement. I still had 4,000 shares of open, which would currently be worth 2 point. Oh wait, no. So 6.66 would currently be worth 26K, which is still more than my portfolio. So I screwed myself over. I jumped into Rocket late. I jumped into Donut late or DNUT late. I was jumping out of open for whatever reason. Probably my worst mistake so far in investing. Cost me so far 20K, kind of. But I've changed my strategy and I've stuck with options. I did not buy straight back into open technically. I did for a little bit, but I sold it to buy options. So my option history, I've got it pulled up, but that's one of my friend's options. I put a lot of people on open actually. But if I go to my open option, I'm up a good bit on this one. 30%. And I have had a few more. I need to find them. So one of them was the September 19th $4 strike price, which it's still going up a lot. I had this for a while. I bought this, I think, for less than $100. So it more than doubled. No, I think it actually increased by like 800% because I bought it a while ago. And I sold it recently just to go all in on the $10. I also had something else. I forget what it was, but I'm all in on November. Okay. November 21st for $10. I have 203 contracts. I bought these at $91 a contract or 91 cents a share. It's confusing, but if I look at my simulated returns, I'm all in on this Because I hope this month or before November, Open will be $15 a share. Now, a lot of people are saying $20 end of year. A few people are saying $82 end of year. I don't think it'll be 82. I can see 20. So I can see 15 by November. Which on the low end, on the high end it'd be worth $677 a contract. Let me get my calculator back out, sorry. 677 times 203 is 137K. That's a lot of money. Over 100K more than what I have now. If it's worth the low end, which is $5 times 203, 100K still. So that's still a $75,000 profit. That's insane. Or okay, not 75, an increase of $75,000. That's insane. And my idea is for the low end is what I'm calculating by. The low end, if it goes to $15 a share by November 21st, I will sell that contract, have about 100K, buy Open Door, go all in back into the bear stock for $15 a share, and have 6,766 shares. That is 216 more shares than I originally bought. So I would be past, I would make up for what I've been down. And let's just keep it 6,766 flat. So 6,766 shares. Let's say the end goal. The end goal was originally $82 a share. That's $500,000. That's insane. And then Eric Jackson, the founder of EMJ Capital on Twitter, is the main guy talking about Open. He's the one leading this retail comeback. I don't know. But if I had 6,766 shares times $500, that's worth over $3 million. And he says in a few years. So Open will be my first long-term position. Because I've only been investing for 7 months. Open will be my first long-term position. And let's say 20% for taxes for long-term gains over a year. I would pay that much, so 3383000 minus 676600. $2.7 million after taxes. $2.7 million after taxes, potentially, in the next few years. Now, yes, that's a few years out. But in the next a few years, I'm 18. I'm 18 years old. And this is lining perfectly for me. I'm making decisions that could make me a multi-millionaire in my early 20s, which is crazy. It's not the most crazy story ever, but that's great. That's insane. I mean, 2.7 million after taxes in a few years. That's crazy. That's winning the lottery. I'm winning the lottery, kind of. And even if it only hit $250, that's still 1.7 million dollars. That's still insane. If it only goes to $100, that's still $500,000, right? Is that what it was? That's over $500,000. That's still insane. And then what my plan is I'm going to put everything, maybe, I don't know yet, into yield max coin option income strategy. Now, they take fees out. You don't exactly see how much they take, but this stock, or this ETF, sorry, started at $20. It's down 66.62%. But I use this app, Stock Events. A lot of other people use this. I use this to calculate how much I could make. And if I bought, let's just say 24K worth to say what I have now. If I bought 24K, $6.81, 3,524, 3,524. That's about $24,000 of this ETF. And it's a little confusing how this app displays it, but theoretically, I could make really over 100% yield on cost. Because sometimes it pays 10%, sometimes it pays 6% a month. It's not always exact. I don't know why it's not showing it correctly here. Now, this looks like 5%. I don't have the exact chart because it doesn't show everything. But Coney, if I go to YieldMax's website, now I'm not saying I will buy this. I guess I'm not looking at it. Anyways, I may buy Coney, I may not, because it could definitely be more beneficial to buy what they're buying. I can see exactly what they're buying. It might be more beneficial to buy what they're buying and to do it myself rather than to pay them so much in fees and only getting up to 10% a month. Now 10% is still amazing. But I feel like I may rather do that myself. Because if I look at their $320 put for 1017, 320 puts for 1017. Okay. $320 put. So this has increased 18%. And oh wait, I actually have it on my watch list. Oh, that's the wrong one. So internet is getting worse. I don't know why. So the $320 put for 1017. I've said that like 5 times. I'm sorry. It's up 18% in the last day, while Coinbase was down 3%, up 0.21%, down 20%. I mean, it can be risky. I mean, overall, it's up 18%. What's up 200%? Now, it's risky, but if I play it right, I can make more than they're gonna give me. So that might be what I do. Now, I can use margin on it. So if I put in 30K, I could borrow 70K and put all that in there. Which I don't know what I want to do. Because after Open Door, I have at least a year to decide. But after Open Door, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Now, I might put it into Yield Max ETFs, but pretty much all of them go down. So if I search one of their new ones, okay. So DK and D-Ray, Yield Max DraftKings ETF. they're up all time. They haven't dipped into the negative yet, which that's what kind of happens with all of these. If I go back to Coney, like it was in profit as an ETF for a while, for about 40%, dropped back down, went back up to about 45%. It was good for a good while without the dividend. But this is up 3% right now. It's paying, I think this one is more like 50-60%. It's DK. Wait, I don't even know. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I. I'm all in on the $10 call. All in. Which a little bit in yield max, Y max. It's a 25-minute video. I don't know why it's so long. But anyways, I'll make an update once a week. And hopefully this will say 30K or maybe 40K by the end of next week. We have an insane story going on. And I do have a retirement account, just saying. It's all in on open shares, just the shares, up 161%. I've only put in $78. It's 205 now. But it's all in on open door, just on the stock. I only have 30 shares. But I mean, if it went to $500, 30 times 500 in a few years could be 15K. That'd be nice. Probably won't be. I don't know. Could be. But that's my portfolio. I'll make a video a week and I'll try and make my videos better. If you have any critiques, just let me know and I will take those to heart. So I'll see you guys next Friday. How about that? We'll do these every Friday after market close. How about that? I will see you guys next Friday. Peace.